Welcome back. It's the leading story around the world right now. Ebola has spread to the U.S. and medical professionals and authorities are on high alert as they prepare for the disease to possibly hit their communities. So what should your family know about the threat in the event that it does make its way here to Western New York? Today we're joined by two guests from the University at Buffalo undergraduate nursing department. We have Susan Grinslade and also Joanne Sands joining us in studio this morning. Susan, I want to start with you. As people at home are watching the reports, seeing this as the lead story on the news every night, every morning, even on programs such as Inside Edition. We just saw it in our commercial break here. And processing all of these reports and maybe getting worried. What should they know? What is your message?
Well, I think individuals and families just need to pay attention to the news. If there is a threat in New York, families and the community will be notified. But in the meantime, I think just pay attention. Always practice good hand washing at home with their families. That's for anything, and especially as we're approaching flu season and that type of thing. Just good hand washing, be hygiene healthy, and pay attention to what health officials may tell them should we have a threat here in New York. And
we have heard reports of health officials having a direct plan if this does make its way here to Western New York. Do you know anything about that?
The Department of Health for New York State is always in contact with the CDC, and they do have information and plans posted on their website, and I encourage anybody who has specific questions to go there because they have a nice question and answer section that answers questions very in layman terms.
And we saw even the president having to give a press conference about this yesterday. What did you think his takes were about it? Were you able to watch that?
I wasn't able to watch that. I was at the doctor's office with my mother, so I didn't miss that last night.
But do you think as a whole agencies like the CDC are doing a good job in getting the right information out to the people?
They've been dealing with this for the longest period of time, even before it came to the United States. They've been involved in the outbreak in Africa. They are experts, and I think we need to pay attention to their words of advice.
Okay, definitely good advice there. Joanne, you're both here representing the UB School of Nursing. What are you teaching your nursing students about an outbreak like this?
Well, all of our nursing students, when they first come in their very first semester of nursing school, are given education and training on isolation procedures and personal protective equipment. And now, with this recent outbreak of Ebola, all of our students are being given some remediation as far as having to redemonstrate proper donning and removal of their personal protective equipment. In addition, also at the University of Buffalo, we have a student working group that we're getting together so that they can provide some education and some training, not only to their fellow students, but if the community calls on us to give some more information about Ebola.
And we've seen a couple nurses be the people that are affected by this here in the States. Is that something that worries you as nursing professionals or worries your students possibly?
I think, we have to be aware that, although nurses were the individuals who've been exposed, that doesn't mean that they did anything necessarily wrong, because exposure can come in different ways. And we know that anytime there's an error in healthcare, there's always a multitude of factors that contribute to that. So I think, I'm very proud that the nurses were there and provided the compassionate care that nursing does all the time. And it's unfortunate they have been exposed.
And we're really hoping the best for those people and hoping that no one else gets exposed at this point. Thanks so much for coming in and talking about this important topic. We know people have a lot of questions, and we hope that this was helpful for them. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're going to toss things back out to Matt Snyder, who is live on location this morning at one of Buffalo's newest breweries.